How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you what it's like to drive the all-new BMW M2 from a first-person point of view. Only this one is hardly stock. It's actually the first ever modified BMW M2 in the world, and I can't wait to discuss the modifications and show you how much power this thing makes. Under the hood of the M2 is a 3-liter twin-turbocharged inline-6 in stock form, making 453 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. Only this one's been modified by my friends over at House of Power, now has downpipes, a drop-in filter, and runs on a mix of E85 and 91 for a combined output of 720 horsepower at the wheels and 622 wheel torque. Now, I'll be honest, the looks of this thing are polarizing. I'm not in love with the rear end. The hips are a little bit wide, and those vertical little indicators there are not my favorite. I do like that aggressive rear diffuser, however, and the quad exhaust. I also love how flared the rear and front fenders are. I think they did a fantastic job there. Now, coming around to the front of the M2, they definitely did a better job here. In pictures, it looks a little awkward, but in person, it actually looks pretty decent. Thankfully, they didn't put those massive waffle cone, waffle maker grills in the front. We've got a more standard looking grille. The lower part of the front bumper looks mean and aggressive, and I love this 50th anniversary BMW logo they've got on the hood. Very, very cool. Only 2 different wheel color options to choose from. Both are the exact same style. You can get red colored calipers if you so desire, and you can get an optional carbon fiber roof. Now, they actually did a fantastic job with the interior. I love this little M stripe logo here on the door, as well as this pattern here. The seats are pretty basic for the comfort seats, but you can upgrade to those full carbon fiber buckets that I just reviewed in that BMW M4. The steering wheel is fantastic, carbon fiber everywhere. Let's go ahead and hop inside. The M2 actually has some pretty cool interior features. For one, we've got this massive curved display. It's touchscreen over here. We've got a 12.9-inch instrument cluster right here that is fully customizable. We've got our customizable M1 and M2 buttons. Double click that, confirm, and then that'll put me into Sport Plus mode. But if we go over to M mode right here, up on the screen pops Road, Sport, or Track. If we put it into Sport mode, check out how the tachometer changes. That's pretty cool. Then if we go down to click the traction control off and go to DSC off, you can actually do a 10-stage traction control. So varying levels of traction, and it even shows right there on the instrument cluster what traction level you are on, so you don't make a mistake. Let's go ahead and click that again, DSC off. It can also analyze your drifts. How ridiculous is this? If you want to drift, it'll give you a score from 1 to 4 stars and give you your angle, your drift distance. That is pretty wild. All right, guys, let's take this out for a drive. All right, behind the wheel of the M2 now. We are in Sport Plus mode. Let's see what this thing's got. 720 wheel horsepower. Oh my God. Wow, this thing absolutely hauls ass. Let's try a first gear pull. Wow. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous that you can get this much power in an M2 with a reasonable amount of mods. I mean, downpipes in a tune really isn't all that much to do in the car. Not that expensive either. I will say, I do wish there was more feedback in the steering wheel. I feel like it's a little bit deadened in order to make this a more comfortable everyday car instead of a full-fledged, super lively sports car. I wish there was more communication in the wheel, but the chassis is super balanced. It's got a ton of mechanical grip. The brakes are fantastic. Limited body roll. I will say, if this was my car, I would probably get the upgraded carbon fiber buckets. That being said, they are kind of absurdly expensive. There's this $9,900 carbon package that comes with the carbon roof, carbon interior, and those carbon fiber bucket seats. But those hold you in place so well, it's actually just epic. Now, let's go ahead and put this thing back into comfort mode. Let's turn the exhaust off. We're in comfort mode right now with the exhaust baffles off, and it is shockingly quiet in here and easy to drive. This truly is a car that you could daily drive and have fun on the weekends. It's not something that you could only take out on track days or in the canyons to have fun. You could drive this to the grocery store. Visibility is fantastic. There were rear seats in this car, but they've been removed for weight savings. Not sure quite what the point of that is, considering this car is already so heavy, but obviously that's the owner's choice, not mine. I love the display. It makes the driving experience feel a lot more premium looking at this instead of a tacked on kind of iPad screen over here and then a small display over here. It's nice that it's seamless in one piece. Steering wheel feels fantastic in your hands. The leather is phenomenal. The paddles respond incredibly well. Yes, it doesn't have a DCT anymore, but this 8-speed automatic is really, really good. So let's go ahead and put it back into Sport Plus mode. I tried to do a launch, but it was not happy off the line there. I think with some stickier tires though, this thing might be able to dead hook from like a 20 roll. Traction is a bit all over the place with Pilot Sport 4S's, but to be expected. Man, this thing pulls hard. Holy crap. The backfires are fantastic when you downshift, as are the turbo noises. Listen to this. Oh man, this thing is an absolute riot. Once again, special thanks to House of Power for making this video possible. If you've got an M2 and you want 720 wheel with some simple mods, they're the place to go. I've got their information in the description below. M2 is a great car. It's not quite as raw and intense as I was expecting, but you know what? They've got to save that for the potential M2 CS in the future. Very excited to see what they do with that car, or an M2 CSL vibe vehicle. But as an everyday cruiser and a very nice sports car, the M2 is definitely really awesome. And starting at $63,000, in today's day and age, cars are getting so damn expensive. Getting a full-fledged BMW M car with an M3 motor in it for 63 grand, considering then you can bump up the horsepower to 720 wheel, and then you can take down cars like an Aventador or a 488. That is a pretty impressive value proposition. All right, guys, I look forward to seeing you next video.